That's why I give Outrun 4 out of 5 stars. Now, if you excuse me, me and Gary have to outrun the police.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Stubbs, that's Damien, and this is RH Weekly. And in today's number one thing, we have, you know what? Let's hype a friend first today. We have RetroBreeze on the show. Shem? RetroBreeze? Shem, are you there?
Oh,
you're on there. You're on the show buddy. Live with us now.
Sorry, I was just busy playing a video game on my Miyu Mini.
What you playing on there? Those are some nice Sakura mods.
Yeah, I think this is Street Fighter something or other. I'm not too sure.
I remember that
I don't
one.
know the difference either.
Yeah.
It's so cute. Well, do you want to be on the daily show with us? I mean, the weekly show?
I would love to, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, in that case, you know what? Let's dive in. So you just reached 3,000 subscribers. That is awesome. How long have you been at this?
Oh, actually, that's a good question. Maybe like 9 months tops, I think, since I started to regularly produce videos. It has gone so quickly, it's kind of unbelievable.
And now, I saw your channel originally because you were getting into the Nokia N-Gage and the Nokia N-Gage 2.0 platform, which is rarely discussed. And I am just over the moon for that Metal Gear game they released, which nobody has heard of except for you and maybe me and like one other guy.
That's right, and the N-Gage 2.0 is really interesting because nobody really knows about it, but just like the original N-Gage, it was so far ahead of its time, and it has genuinely really good games as well, really well made. The Metal Gear Solid game has a great story. It's really good stuff. Everybody should give N-Gage a second look.
It had such a unique aspect ratio. It was almost borderline unusable. But games like Elder Scrolls, Shadow Keep on there?
That's right.
And
something like that.
All the 2.0
Tomb
games.
On there.
Tomb Raider's on there. Just wild. Crash Team Racing. We need more N-Gage in our lives. Check out RetroBreeze. Awesome channel full of very helpful tutorials. Lots of great coverage in the latest handhelds. Even if you wanted to know more about the GameMax A380 and the exact shade of white on the RP3 and how Taki was correct. So we will get back to this after we get into the news. But in today's other number one thing, we have, you don't have to wait for a Steam Deck anymore. If you want to buy a Steam Deck right now, just take out your monies, give it to Valve, and they'll start shipping within a few days, apparently. There's no more wait. Guys, this is incredible. What are your thoughts?
I'm just surprised we're here. Like, they must be just ripping these things off the assembly line like nobody's business.
They got in their flow, and they're like, all right, everybody get Steam Decks. Just throwing Steam Decks out.
Yeah.
Tim, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's great. I had my suspicions because my Steam Deck is on the way right now, and I reserved one, and in like 20 days it shipped, and I was like, they got to be getting real close. I think what they've pulled off here is unbelievable. They started out with supply chain issues causing delays, and now they're throwing them out the door. Amazing.
Yep, they found the right set of parts that they can get consistently and fast, and they're just knocking it out. Not only that, but they have an official Steam Deck dock. So it's a Valve-made dock. Now, you got to say and ask yourself, what makes this dock any different from like a $35 Owltree dock off Amazon? This is also USB-C. It's going to do you just fine. And I can't find any discernible difference. And in the ad materials, all they could say was, this is perfectly form-fitted to the Steam Deck, so therefore pay $90 for it. $90 for a dock. I have such a hard time, and I know it's giving me the same exact functionality as my $30 dock. So,
yeah, I totally agree. I almost ordered it today. And then I had the same thought. I was like, I can get this for $35, $40.
Yep, I held back too. I can't quite get there, and you can look at the cutout on the USB-C connection, and you can tell that is just perfectly form fitted to go just perfect on the top of the Steam Deck, and yet I still can't pay $90 for it.
It's just kind of surprising how much they want for that thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like 90.
Well, they got the price right on the Steam Deck in such a big way to,
All the
in
money's
my
in the
mind,
dock.
in my mind, flub it in the dock pricing. Oof.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I would recommend, we'll take a look, and we will probably get one to review at some point, but for my money, I'd go with something like the Owltree, or Thor's reviewing a Steam Deck dock this week too. Need to look that up. Or the JSaw. JSaw is great as well for in the $40 range. Nice, great cold aluminum look, but man, we'll see. Docks be tripping. Let's get controversial. Now, here we are towards the end of 2022. Not much going on with the Loki, but there was an update posted pretty recently here. So, yes, there is the PCB board, but there was a second update. Since they got the 6800 and 6600U board weeks ago, AYN has been working on all kinds of tests the whole time. There are a lot of progress is achieved, which will keep moving this project going ahead steadily. Let me share the detailed updates sorted by SKUs. And they go on to show a number of different things that have worked and that are not finalized, such as the heat pipe for aging and stress testing is not ready yet. The EDP and touch, vibration motor, ambient LEDs, the screen. Wait a minute, the ambient LEDs aren't ready? That needs to be the first thing.
That's the most important aspect.
Now, Shem, I heard you had just a cascade of thoughts about this. What's your...
Yes. So I backed the Loki Max right away.
Full price?
That's what we do here,
No.
I guess.
Right.
So
No.
and the reason was I love my Odin. My Odin is my favorite handheld ever. It's such a great device. The Loki, though, it's to the point where there are several people in their official Discord in RH canceling their orders every single day. I was really worried about this, and I emailed AYN. I was just like, hey, you should probably try and give some information here. And they kind of hyped up the September update, and there's nothing. Their update is nothing. And my issue here is that Steam Deck is now today. Steam Deck is available now, right? That should scare them. And then even smaller or no-name competitors at least have something to show. So my issue here is I think this is my thought. I think that they announced this. No, sorry, they sold this without even it existing in any regard. And
correct.
The main thing that bothered me about this update is the use of the word project. Because had this been an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter, crowdfunded project, then that would be fine. But it wasn't. There's people have $600-700 on the table. With this is now far behind every possible competitor, and I really think AYN they've got to be just losing. They've got to be losing their pre-orders so fast, and I really think that they said something in their Discord about it being their company style to only announce things when they have real information, and they have been transparent on the Odin, very much so. But at the same time, I mean, if you just got your prototype boards and you started testing, there's no way this thing is launching in November or December. There's no way.
No. We've been saying late 2023.
Yeah, exactly. And by
Even
then,
that feels optimistic at this point.
Yeah.
Not to mention they silently cancelled a couple of models as well. And one more point. Yeah, it was like
Which
the
ones
Mini
did they
or something
cancel?
like that. What is it? The Mendocino ones, whatever it's called.
Mendocino.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so quiet.
I guess
didn't
they
hear about that.
Yeah, I guess they just emailed people asking them if they wanted to upgrade or have a refund, and they didn't announce it.
And I didn't get an email because I already refunded all of my Loki pre-orders weeks ago.
Same.
Yeah. One last note on this is that I think the hint here was when they announced their Win 600 competitor.
Yeah.
As soon as the Win 600 was announced, they were like, hey, we've got one too. We should have known at that point they didn't have anything. They were just making this up. That's my opinion anyway.
It's more than your opinion, actually, because, just the facts state for themselves. That's what's going on here. All we have is a PCB board, and we're in October of 2022. This is, they had such a great product on their hands with the Odin. The Odin Light's a bit of a flub, but they're getting there. Why not just stay strong on the one solid SKU, and then go to the Loki when it's ready, when they have at least a prototype that we can show off on camera somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just not confident.
There's a
in
rumor
this
going around
right now
about maybe some of the motivation behind this, and I don't know how deep you'd want to get into this, but when the Odin was announced, there wasn't any competition.
Yeah.
And at all. And there's since then we've had one device I think really come out that competes with it. It's the GPD XP Plus. Nothing else is in that space. It was very shortly after the Odin was starting to ship units that the Loki was announced.
Yeah.
And I think what that did is that pushed their competitors into this Windows space, because right after the Odin's coming out, we're suddenly talking about x86 devices. Right. They've had all this time now with basically no competition, because everybody else is already focused on the next thing, whether or not they actually produce a Loki model eventually or not. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard at least 3 different people mention it, and it's just like, I wonder if that's what happened.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past a business, but that seems really deep too. But it's interesting to think about.
Yeah, no. We will have to wait and see what is fact and what is fiction here, because the silently canceling SKUs is concerning to me. They did that with the Odin as well. Everyone wanted the blue, and we didn't get that, and the green. All these fun colors.
I know, the fun colors.
And then this time around, silently canceling some of the Loki SKUs, which maybe those are just the low-selling ones, and I'm sure that's the case.
Yeah.
I'm sure that the Loki Zero will happen, and the Loki Max will happen. I don't know about the other SKUs. How are they going to pull this off? I just don't get it.
Yeah, and especially just hemorrhaging their orders every single day. There's people in their Discord canceling. I just don't know how they can do it. I hope they do. I hope they do, and I hope it's great, just like the Odin.
Yeah, me too.
I would have much rather they just. Actually, this is one more point I wanted to make, is that what would be the difference if they announced the Loki today versus when they did? People would be hyped about it still. That's the only difference. There's been no tangible anything since their announcement. It's very weird.
If they had come out the gate and waited till today and just shown us the PCB board, that's okay. That's like, so you are making something, Then give us a prototype in 3 months. Fine.
Yep.
I think we can handle that. But this far along, with the amount of money tied up for folks, it's tough. All right, let's move on, though. On Baidu, there is Max Zhao from Anbernic is showing off more of the RG505, the engineering model here. And there's those classic Anbernic face buttons. You know that mushiness is going to feel great. The D-pad looks the same. Joysticks these look like all the parts probably from the 353V and 353P. Funny that they went with those non-stacked shoulder buttons though on top for this one.
Yeah, that's a non-starter for me.
Yeah.
I think that just based on what we know with this SoC, PS2 emulation, there's going to be some. I mean, we're obviously seeing some here. Those are some fast fingers, but but no, I mean it's going to be able to run, and as that emulator gets optimized more and more, we'll see more performance. But I'm not buying this to play PlayStation 2. I feel like that's an unrealistic goal if that's really my goal. This is a GameCube machine, I think, for the most part. A lot of Dreamcast is probably what you're targeting, and for most of those machines, the L2 R2.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I hope it's a comfortable handheld to hold. That's the most important thing to me, is those ergonomics. Just I hope that it looks a little bit strenuous the way Max is mashing those buttons, but maybe that's just how he plays. But man, again, if they release this in those fun colorways, they could have a hit on their hands, despite the shoulder buttons, despite everything else.
Yeah, so. And for this chipset, this will be probably the best build quality we'll see for this generation of handhelds for sure. No question.
SoC is over there from the X18S, the T618, I believe it is.
Yes, the T618. Yep.
Yeah, good times, man. Good times.
Interesting.
Let's keep going on the next thing. Now, Who is Paul Weber? Paul Weber, how did you get a Logitech G so early? A G Cloud, that is. Let's take a look, though. You're playing a little Celeste here. And Paul was talking about, okay, this handheld is really fancy. It's nice. It has a long battery life. Man, that screen looks crisp.
Oh, yeah, it looks nice. It's a
Paul,
big device.
It is, and he's comparing it against
big.
other devices, against the Steam Deck. Nice packaging, showing it off on his vinyl turntable there. I originally wasn't a fan of the yellow sort of inlays beneath the joysticks, but I've definitely grown on me, and I liked that back they were showing there with the gripped sides. Oof.
Yeah, the grip shoulders and triggers look great as well.
I'll tell you what, with the texture this thing has, this is not going to be a fingerprint machine, that's for sure.
And I like
That's
that.
true. Yeah.
It looks like it's going to feel good. It's got just enough aggression on the triggers, like so you can really get some good analog control on there. So I like it.
Unfortunately, it does have Wi-Fi 5, not Wi-Fi 6 there. He was showing that off. Like, hey, it's fast. It'll stream. But it could have had Wi-Fi 6 and streamed a little bit better.
Yeah, that's very surprising to me.
In 2022 it is, and I think they probably saved a little bit of money, and also they're like, well, not many people have Wi-Fi 6 homes, which is true. Many people don't. They buy these Wi-Fi 6 devices like, oh, I have Wi-Fi 6. Well, if you don't have a Wi-Fi 6 router and a network going, a lot of good that's going to do you to stream from device to device.
I do have Wi-Fi 6 in my home, and I personally have seen a substantial difference in streaming.
Same, yep.
So I'm very surprised to hear this doesn't have it.
I am excited for this. These start shipping in, I think, 2 weeks from now. So, on the 20th of October. So I have one in order. I ordered it for the full $300 price point. Thank you very much out there, Logitech. Could have just given us that $50 discount from day one. It's fine. I'll be fine. Damien, no need to comfort me. I'll be all right.
You're gonna enjoy your device. Just, it is what it is.
Hey, you know what? I wish it said that when you turned it on. On the RP3, you turn it on and it says, you will like this. That's the first thing it tells you.
Oh, that's cool. I like when you turn on the POW Kitty, it says, you will not be disappointed this time.
Not this time. All right, moving on, guys. All right, the RG35XX Mini, we don't know what it's called yet, has some more official pictures leaked by Max himself once again. And this is what it actually looks like. People were saying, oh, you know what, it's a little bit taller than we thought. It's a little bit taller than the Miu Mini by actually a large margin. And maybe it's not as mini as we all thought. So more to come. It's very spicy drama surrounding this.
There's a lot of empty space.
Nice.
Yeah,
on that
there
front.
is. Why is there? We don't need all that empty space at the bottom here.
Yeah, just curve off
Battery.
that other corner. I think that'd look great.
Yeah,
It's all about battery.
Maybe they did use that space to put a honkin' battery in there.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully,
That's cool though. I'm looking forward to the Anbernic Mini.
yeah,
I really am. I'll
too.
pick one up for sure. Yep.
I will as well. All right. Hey, you know that Mario Brothers movie that they were gonna make, starring Chris Pratt? Well, they're actually still making that, and it surprisingly looks pretty good. I was watching this today at the Nintendo Direct, and
I was expecting. I was wondering if Jack Black would just kind of do a Jack Black voice for Bowser.
no, he didn't.
But he didn't. He sounds just amazing. He just doing such a good job.
He's a solid voice actor, but I thought he really was doing Mario justice here. And I saw some drama about this today. I'm like, everybody they're just trying to make a fun movie. You know, it's just me. It's me and Mario and evil Nintendo. But hey, it still looks fun.
Yep.
Right.
I think it looks great.
Now, if you're a fan of getting deals, well, boy, do we have a deal for you today. We have Baldur's Gate and Beyond. This is a lot of value for $20. So you're getting Pathfinder.
A lot of good games in here.
There are Neverwinter Nights, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, the Enhanced Editions, Icewind Dale, Planescape Torment. If you need your isometric CRPG fix, we have it in spades here. Go ahead and pick that up in our description. It supports our charity Child's Play, and get yourself some good games. In fact, if you only pay $10, you only lose out on Pathfinder, and if you only pay $1, you still get Icewind Dale and Planescape Torment. That's pretty cool. Do you guys like these games?
I used to watch a friend of mine play Baldur's Gate when I was younger, and I remember enjoying watching him play it.
Yeah,
man, that'd be a commitment to get into this series. But I mean, that's all right here. Like it's the package.
it is.
Yep.
Yeah, you have everything you need here if you want to play through. I mean, this is literally hundreds, thousands of hours of content. These games are long, arduous. I can't say I've ever beat one, but I definitely appreciate them, and I hope to beat one someday. That's on my bucket list. So,
Yep, it's a
Fun stuff.
free bundle.
all right. And in our we have a second deal today. Free games. That's right. Epic Games is doing it again. We actually have two pretty good games today. So Rising Hell is going to be a vertical platformer roguelite filled with adrenaline-pumping action and tons of heavy gothic metal shreds. Climb out from the ever-changing hell while you fight hordes of bloodlusting demons. That sounds like a good time, and you really can't beat free. So sign your life away to Epic Games to enjoy that guy right there.
Kind of sounds a bit like Inverted Downwell.
Yeah,
With Slain.
yeah,
That's cool. Yep.
yeah. It seems like, and again, I haven't played these games yet, so I can't say like, oh, these are great games, but they look good, and I look forward to playing them. But probably I won't play them on Epic Games because I've yet to play a single game on Epic Games yet. I can't get it to work for some reason. Anyways, that's for another day. Now, the other game is Slain Back from Hell. Here we have a heavy metal-inspired arcade combat with puzzle elements and gore galore. Oh, man. You know it's going to be edgy because they put the word hell in there, too. And it's all blood dripping with the fonts.
So both of these games are kind of hell-themed, so I wonder if, like, somebody at Epic is going through something and...
You have to wonder what's going on beneath the surface at Epic Games. Are they just... Oh, that's
apparently
cool.
it's fiery and
Surely
scary.
it's not Halloween season.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
Right.
All right. Well,
Spooky times. We
there's
solved
that
the
mystery solved.
I thought that there was like a midlife crisis or a Dark Night of the Soul happening at corporate. But,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh well.
but
Things are
it's
getting
just-
kind of rough over here.
Yeah.
This game looks really cool though. Okay, yeah, pick those up. They're free. Why not? Hey, game of the week. That's right. We have a new one for you. So Rapid chose Devil's Crush, which is a pinball game that is full of crazy demons and also Halloween themed. And you need to crush them with your pinballs. I was trying this out on TurboGrafx 16 yesterday, and it is a hoot. And I had fun hollering at it, and this game looks pretty good. It's also out for Genesis.
It's really
It's called Dragon Fury?
Dragon
On Genesis?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
When
Go ahead.
This was a fun one. We originally thought there was no ending to it because it's just a high score game. So this is the 1st time we were like, all right, just get 5 million points, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not. But and we have a couple crazy people on our server that decided to just see if they can max out the timer. And apparently, like if you get like I don't know if it was just like all 9s or just a certain high score, it stops and then actually has like an ending. So it's just like, oh great, these guys are nuts.
I like how they
It's a
just
fun game,
decided
great
to.
soundtrack.
They just decided to max out the game. Just done.
yeah, no, they did. And it's a pinball game you won't soon forget. It's very creative. I do recommend it, and you can get yourself some points, some RH merch, such as our merch model Shem can show off. Yeah, I almost see it.
I bought 2.
Oh, there's 2. You got that color and what other color?
The purple, of course.
Oh, yes. The purple. RH shell it. Buy it. This is a coaster. You can get whatever you want. This is the merch
Posters,
store.
you got stickers.
tpublic.com/RH. It's something. It's in our description. Enjoy that. Now, oh, no. Oh, crap.
Were Teletubbies real? Or was that a weird fever dream that I had? Apparently, Totally Terry broke under the pressure of all of this. Started a food fight in the lunchroom, which would be funny antics if he hadn't chosen to use a boiling hot bowl of split pea soup. Zoo is back in emergency medical.
That was really weird. You guys all right?
Stubbs,
Hey.
you're looking good, man.
Hey. Thanks. So let's move on to the next segment. So let's talk a little bit more to Shem here. Don't worry about all the noises you heard. I'm sure Raven's fine over there, but we'll check in with him next week. So, Shem, before we wrap things up, is there anything you wanted to discuss or share with the people? What new things have you gotten this week?
So I didn't get this week necessarily, but I wanted to show it this week. You might not have heard of it. Oh, no, sorry, that's the wrong one.
Oh.
That is this right here. This is the QIN F22 Pro. And this is a Android-based smartphone from Duo QIN, who is Xiaomi, basically.
What?
And it's really, really awesome. It's got a full touch screen. It has I believe, a Helio G83 processor.
The 83? Seriously?
I think so, yeah. And so what
Beats
that
the
means,
P60.
which I will show you in just 1 second, is that it can, if you can see the screen,
A little closer.
it can do GameCube pretty good.
That
So
phone can do GameCube, the little...
It can do GameCube really, really well.
What?
Maybe not control-wise.
No.
But, it's really, really cool.
How much does this thing cost?
So it costs around... You're going to pay around $130. Sorry.
That's
around
it?
$130. You can pay a little bit more to get a Google Play version on AliExpress. And yeah, it's awesome. The reason that this really stands out for me is with Java game emulation. Because you can actually download the J2ME loader and play Java games on it. So let's just let this real quick.
What?
It has a 5:8 aspect ratio screen, which I think is absolutely amazing for what it is. And yeah, just an all-around really awesome device, really unique, great for Java, great for N-Gage. All it needs is a little analog stick, maybe up here.
It really does.
Or maybe over here or over here. So if you're interested in something like that, like an analog stick for this, maybe if you watch my channel sometime soon, you might see something cool.
Everybody, that might be a hint to go to youtube.com/RetroBreeze for something cool very soon.
Yes.
As soon as today. Who knows?
No. Oh.
Not today. Don't go to RetroBreeze's channel today.
Well,
For any
I mean,
No. But lastly, let's fight. So I got the RP3 in white because I watched your video called Taki's Wright, and everyone really needs to know what the exact shade of eggshell off-white we're dealing with here. Do you have one? Can we have a dual? Can we have an RP3 colorway dual? Because to me, this looks like pretty just white to me. I don't notice the...
Yeah. So I don't have the white model. I have the dingy shower yellow model.
No, it's the same model.
It is the same model, yeah, same colorway.
But
it's just so hard to pick up on camera because the thing with this model is that when you look at it for a second, your eyes kind of think white, and then you get a shadow or a light source on it, and the way that it lights up is slightly yellow, and it sounds so petty to talk about, but I notice it every single time I pick this thing up.
No, I mean, this is like the main point of concern for much of the internet who buys this. I mean, but to me, with my eyes in person, and I know I have a little bit of purple lighting on this side, but I have straight up regular daylight coming in on this side. I don't notice the dinginess. It's not even like beige like I thought it was in some of the videos. It's just kind of like, it's white with just the teeniest, tiniest like tint of yellow is the best way I can explain it. But it's also like, calm down, everybody, because this is like nothing to freak out about or anything. It looks really
do you
good.
think that you both have the same shade? or do you think maybe the plastic may have changed between the two of you before?
You think that they doctored this?
I don't know about
Caused this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Cause this Jerry Springer moment on RH Weekly?
I mean, it's not a huge deal, but I do like my beef, as it were, is just that this is like, if you look at the render on the website, it's white. You know, I got this because I thought, wow, that kind of looks like a Wii, like that's so cool. And then I got it in, and it just doesn't. It's just not quite right. And again, that sounds petty, but it's still. I just think like this was a manufacturing mistake, right? It was.
We heard that. We heard that from Taki.
Yeah, in my video, I list 19 white electronic devices that I've gotten over the years.
I saw that. Yep.
And not a single one looks like this. And
none of them are.
None of them.
Yeah, I know.
It's
and
not
they kind of.
Yeah.
They kind of fudged it, maybe on purpose, maybe on accident, in their promotional material by possibly correcting the color.
Oh yeah,
temperature,
I mean the video they made was out of line. It was out of line because it does not.
Look at too far this time.
Yeah, look at the details on the person's hands, on the gloves, because you lose detail because they've doctored the footage.
Because you've blown out
they've lightened
the exposure.
Yeah, they've blown it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, again, it's not a huge deal. I love the Retro Pocket 3. Like, I love it so much. It's such a good device. But at the same time, Taki said something in your podcast the other day where he said, like, stop letting manufacturers get away with this stuff. Like, stop complimenting them on this stuff. You know, something like that. And this is one of those things where I think, like, they should really update the render, or at least put something somewhere that says this isn't the exact shade of pure white that I think you would expect. And like I said in my video, I do think that people who had no previous impression would also feel this way. But maybe Stubbs disagrees.
Well, I mean, if you shine a flashlight on it, yeah, you can see. And I know, right, that they probably meant this to be white and made a little oopsie poodle, and then just went with it. And that's fine, but they should have been more honest. Like, hey, no need to show that it's completely white when it's not, because then you get reviewers who get it, who are in general OCD people, who are most of us in this hobby, where we're going to be like, it's fine, but it's a little bit ugly, you know?
Yeah.
But again, to me, and I often play in low light, this doesn't bother me. What I'm seeing here, at least on my unit, and it's possible this is from the latest batch, so it's possible they've fixed it.
It's possible.
Maybe
I don't think it's a game breaker for the RP3. I think it stands up enough on its own. I think it's such a great device. I just wouldn't recommend people get the white expecting it to look like every other white device you've ever had. Like, and to me, like that's the bottom line. I mean, even the Miyu Mini is whiter in comparison.
That's a good comparison to make, actually. I should get another
They just
white
need to give it a
device.
fancy marketing name. Like whenever you have something that's like kind of white, you know, like they have like.
Oh, you know what? I have my Razer.
Or something.
I have my Razer Orichi here.
Yeah.
Let's compare it against that.
See.
I don't know, people. You tell me.
I can kind of see it.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit dingy, right? It's just a little duller than I
my
would
Pixel
expect.
phone also has a
secondhand
white
white.
case.
Yeah.
You're right.
It is what it
It's
is.
so.
I mean,
I have this conspiracy theory now that this new batch maybe fixed it. This is gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna spend like the next 2 days just sitting in my office with the door closed with a magnifying glass going.
How long do we wait before we get the marketplace post of Stubbs saying like want to buy batch 1 white RP3 just so you can put them
Just so I
side by
can
side.
compare.
yeah.
They're
Well,
gonna look exactly the same. He's gonna be like, I don't know what I expected.
and have had fun. Shems, thank you so much for coming on the show and talking about handhelds.
Thank you for having me on, of course. Thank you for everything you guys do for the retro handhelds community. I don't think it would be the same without you. And obviously, thank you to everybody who's checked out my videos and subscribed. It is
Absolutely.
it kind of like happened in a flash that I was just kind of doing my own thing, dinking around on my device, and now there's kind of a community around me, and I didn't expect it. But it's been great. So yeah, thank you to everybody.
Yeah, that's how it happens, man. And you do a great job. Your videos are very down to earth while being informative, and just heartwarming too. So count me as a fan, count all of us as a fan. We want to see that 3K grow to 100K, and give it a little bit of time and elbow grease, and man, it's gonna be good stuff. So again, everybody, go to youtube.com/RetroBreeze YT. So RetroBreeze YT, RetroBreeze YouTube, and it'll be in the link in our description. And that'll wrap things up for us today. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe if you would. I mean, you don't have to, but it'd be nice. For your weekly recap of retro news, this has been Stubbs.
This is Damien.
And Shem from RetroBreeze.
And this has been RH Weekly. Take care of your handhelds, everybody, and each other.